Hello there, and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So this time we've got Wolfie from my own guild, or one of my own guilds, 1/4 portion. So let's have a look into Wolfie's roster, because as you can see he's already got 5 first in arena, he's got a negotiator and fleet arena, but let's have a look at what else he's got. So we've got no Galactic Legends at present. We've got a top 80 GP of 1.78 million, a total of 4.3 million GP. His top 65 comes out at 1.55 million. His ship's GP equals 1.841 million, so quite a good little balance there. He has 63 Zetas, which I find very impressive. When I was looking at Sinisters last time, I believe he had 64 or 65, so with quite a bit of GP difference, that's very impressive. He has 35 gear 13s. Out of them, 1 is a Relic 8, 11 are Relic 7s, 4 are Relic 6s, 19 are Relic 5s, and I find this quite impressive. There is not a single Relic below 4 or under, so I find that quite impressive that all of your Relics are at least Relic 5, so well done on that. I'm looking at the speed mods. We have 3 25 or higher speed mods. We have 22 20 or higher speed mods. We have 58 15 or more speed mods. And we have 3 150 or higher offense mods. So, some interesting stats there. Let's actually have a look though. Let's see what Wolfie is rocking in general. Okay, so quite an interesting top end. Let's go faction by faction as I've been trying to do. Let's just see what we've actually got to deal with here. So, 5 first. Relic 7s for 5s and gas, 5s on Rex, Echo, Ahsoka and Arc, so very nicely rounded. I could argue maybe Echo could go up to 7 as far as damage for the cam mission, but that is just maybe a luxury like Arc, so maybe one day you'll get around to that, but if it's not a priority, it's not a priority. Okay, we'll skip Bad Batch. I'm trying to not click on every single faction as I go down. So let's see your bounty hunters. You've got Boba to 6, Boss to 5, Django to 5. I am sensing Executor here. Yeah, is that going to go to Relic 8 at some point? Yeah, so Grief and Mando, you got your Zetas, very nice to see there. Dengar, not the biggest Dengar I've seen, but I'm supposing it'll do you some good if you just pop him in there with them 3. I'll bet something good will come of it. Well, saying that you got them pair as well, so a little bit interesting. Let's carry on down. Clone Troopers, what have you got besides? You've got a Gear 12 Clone Sergeant and a Gear 8 Clone Cody? Yeah, that's an 8. Alright, let's move on. Druids. Okay, your Seppi Druid's looking good. Only one a little bit low as Magna. But Magna always tends to be the one that gets a bit neglected. Your B1, Relic 6. GG's Relic 7. Let's just take a moment just to look in these. So, I'm not expecting high here. 131. Okay, so a little bit low as far as the health. Got health arrow there, that's good. Crit damage arrow, again, very good. So yeah, your mods look okay as far as your primaries. I suppose the challenge you're having is actually finding health secondaries like this one here. No health secondaries. You got the health base number, if you like, the health integer, but no percentage. Again, no health secondaries there. So that's something you can work on with Grievous. You know, I always remember being told that 150k health with a crit damage triangle is the goal for Grievous. So yeah, a little bit to work on. Offense and potency. Ooh, you got speed mod there. Ooh, okay. Let's have a look. 238 and 9,000 damage. Okay, I will overlook that because 9,000 damage is very tasty, very, very tasty. So you could argue you could go for an offense primary there. You don't really need the speed, but I actually love what you've done there. Getting 9k offense is wonderful. So yeah, it looks weird. I'm not going to lie about that. You know, I would always prefer to see a full mod set, but you've got good offense, so I could easily just look the other way there. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at 3PO and Chewie. How's he rocking? Ooh, very, very slow. Very, very slow. Have you gone for something different? Offense looks okay. You've gone for an offense but all saying that offense and defense primary. Eek. It's a nasty cross. Personally, I wouldn't go this way. Maybe you've built in it for a certain counter. I really wouldn't go that way, though. That, to me, just doesn't sound right or look right. But, again, maybe explain your thoughts there. Maybe it's not actually a priority. Okay, we're going to just skim along, so I don't want to dawdle too long on one faction. Relic 7 Vader. We'll just have a quick glance here. Speed, crit damage. Ooh. Okay, again, not full mod sets, so 250 speed, you're taking a hit on the crit damage. Yeah, I've got your crit damage triangle. What I would say with all that in mind, could you get that potency up? Could you replace those two with potency mods, or get potency mods elsewhere and speed mods in the process? Personally, I prefer crit damage mods anyway, because crit damage, you know, you're boosting the big value. I've talked about this with Sinister last time, but yeah, the speed looks good as far as you probably outspeed a fair few teams, but the crit damage is lower than it could be. The damage is a bit, well, the damage is actually good, I'll take that back. Crit chance won't matter too much soon enough, so yeah, potency is the main one I'm looking at in crit damage. Alright, Nose Atron Palpatine, that's a rarity. I'd try and spare one for him soon. Let's move on. Ewoks, just give them a quick hello there. Move on. First order. Okay, we've got 7755 and working on the rest. So, good start. I would say you're going to need to get Stormtrooper up soon. I think Stormtrooper is, even early on, very good in that original 5. Officer does a job, so does Executioner, but I feel like Stormtrooper can be the annoying double tank team that a lot of people will go for in the long run. So, yeah, it's obviously going for Officer, but I would go for Stormtrooper next myself. But I think you've done it the right way. Go for 7s first. You haven't done Palpatine yet, have you? No, you haven't. So, if I were you, try and get Palpatine done early as well. That way you're just getting them big, nasty Relic 7s out of the way, and then you can just work on the 5s and 3s. So, you're making good progress. SLKR, I would say, if you've got a good crystal income, which off the top of my head I can't remember from the opening screen we saw, you could possibly get it within the next 3 to 4 months. It depends how much you invest as well, so that could speed things up. But yeah, it's looking good. Let's just move along. Galactic Republic. Yeah, we got a quick glimpse of this early. We've got Relic 6 Padme, Relic 7 JKA, Relic 5 Shaq. Ooh, and we've got Barris with a Zeta. That's nice. Okay, we'll just move along for now. Geos, Gear 12, enough said. Imps, not a lot of love being shown there, but I'm guessing this is Hyperdrive, so I think we can move on. Okay, Jedi. Relic 6 JKA, Relic 5 Jolie, very nice. So yeah, Bastila could do going up one day. Bastila's, you know, a great Jedi. I feel bad on my Temin account that she's only Gear 8. One of my soon-to-be priorities, just like Jolie. But I think Bastila is, at minimum, a Gear 12 character, and she isn't bad at Relic. You know, as far as she can just take a few more hits, and max health pools increased when you use a lead. So, just little things like that. I think she is worthy of a Relic, but if you had to leave her somewhere, Gear 12 isn't a bad spot. Okay, anything with the Mandos? Not really. You could maybe do a team of 4 if you want. If you unlocked armor or bow, because I'm assuming you got both from the marquees, you could do something, but yeah, it's quite obvious not a priority for you. Moving on. Night Sisters. Okay, Daka. I said it last time. Daka's the one I love. So you've got the big one up. Asajj, she will take a lot of time to ramp up. You know, when you use Rampage, she'll be taking a lot of time to get there. But I say she's looking quite good. I'm curious how your team, how the attack strategy goes as far as what opponents do against your Night Sisters. I know that a lot of the time they go for my zombie, but I don't know if it's because my zombie's gear 10 or 11, whilst my Asajj and Daka are gears 12 and 13. So, I'm curious. This is just a general question to anyone. Does the size of your zombie count, or does the AI just tend to go for the zombie? If so, then that's cool. I like the idea that it'll always go for zombie. Okay, moving on. I'll come back to a few of these in a bit, most likely. Yeah, so we looked at Old Republic, enough said there. Let's move down. Phoenix, I'm skipping over because they're part of the Rebels. So, yep, you got the main 5. That looks great. That actually looks fantastic. You've got them almost where Temin has, and I love my Rebels. So, yeah, 3PO, obviously for JML, one day getting to Relic 5. But for now, you've got everyone pretty much where a good CLS team should be. Although that one Zeta there would be nice, and I'd call it a luxury Zeta, but still that second Zeta on Chewbacca isn't bad either. But yeah, old Ben, you're getting up to gear 12, you're going to get that Jedi feat with that, so that's not bad. R2's a little bit low for JML, but again, one to work on. Alright, I'm going to skip on because I'm just skimming here, aren't I? Okay. Very, very, very small Rey Jedi training. I'll say at least you've got her unlocked. So far from what I've seen, you don't tend to unlock things unless you're working on them, so that is an outlier. I'm curious what your thought process is there, because maybe you were planning to and you just changed your mind, but if you could get up to about gear 8, at least then she'd be more usable. So, any thoughts on that one? I think we've seen most of your scoundrels. Ooh, Relic 7 Nest. Probably won't be coming back round to us, so let's have a quick look. Tenacity. 193 speed, very little speed, but a lot of tenacity. Nice build, nice build. Offense primary there, and there. Tenacity cross, very nice. Moving on. You've got Newt's Zeta, so that'll be useful. I keep saying to myself I'm going to have to take Newt to gear 12 or higher on one of my accounts, but I keep forgetting. He's never a priority, and I can't see a day when he will be, but well done for getting to gear 12. Seppies, we've looked at a few of these, but just see if there are any outliers. You've got your Watt at Relic 5, Dooku at Relic 5, so yeah, it's quite interesting. Dooku I love, so yeah, Relic 5, great to see. Darth Revan at 5, Malak at 7, Basti at 5. Yeah, some interesting stuff. Triumvirate a bit low. I'm going to say gears gears 10, 9 and 10. So could do have been a bit higher, but again, they'll probably do some okay stuff that. Throw Marauder or Sith Empire Trooper into a battle, they might survive a bit. So interesting to see them like that. Curious if there are any priority for you at the moment, if you're just giving a bit of gear here or there. And there's only one I'm missing here, which was HK. Yeah, you got him to gear 12, so bit of a shame. I do like HK, but I can understand if he's not a priority. Again, Sith Empire is sort of drifting down the meta a little bit. Okay, so when I had a look at your comment to begin with, you didn't really ask for anything specific, but you did say to have a look at the middle top end of your roster. So let's go into a few of them in a bit more depth than what I have already. So I've already talked about Vader. We'll just neglect that for now. Your GK, Relic 8. And so you've got the nice shiny Relic symbol. How have you modded? So I'm seeing tenacity in there. That's something I've seen a fair bit with you as well. You tend to do uneven mod sets. I don't know if that's on purpose, like you're always going for the best stats, or if there's a deeper modding problem. Do let me know. You've got 19% health steal. I'm guessing that's based on the mastery. Yeah, health steal there. 90k health. Let's have a look at the actual mods. Because I'm looking and I'm thinking, could you be getting higher? Okay, crit avoidance, health, protection, defense. I'm not seeing an advantage to crit avoidance. I mean, it's not bad. 35% is better than nothing, but I think there are better characters to be putting crit avoidance on. Yeah, I'd be prioritising a health primary there if you're not going to go for speed. Just me personally, I'm assuming you're using GK with Padme right now, so that would be my thought process. Yeah, you've got your health primary there. You've got protection there. Again, if you're going for Padme, I would say health. If this is a Padme build, then yeah, health primaries. If you're using GK more under Revan, then yeah, protection is worthwhile, but right now I'd say health is the way to go. You've got that there, although no secondaries. So yeah, let's have a look at the armour. What's your armour like? 67.1, so I can't even sort of look at it and say maybe you got your armour up by doing it that way, so yeah. Tenacity isn't really needed either. I mean, you've got 35% tenacity there, and I'm thinking you don't really need that much. GK, he can cleanse himself with his first special, and if he's in a Padme team or a JKR team, he's got tunes that can cleanse him for him. So really the priority for GK is just survivability, just giving him health if it's a Padme team, giving him protection if it's a JKR team. So yeah, you don't even need too much speed. You don't want him to be too slow, otherwise you can't use the negotiator. But if you have to prioritise something, you do either health or protection depending which team he's in. So yeah, just looking at this, I don't really buy these mods. But yeah, feel free to explain your reasoning. Okay, so let's have a look at Revan. Okay, so I'm seeing the same issue there with the mod sets again. 330 speed, again, I can overlook it as far as it's good speed. It sounds so snobbish saying that, I can overlook it. But yeah, it is something I don't particularly like. I mean, defense primary, I've done things like that myself when I've needed the speed, so again, I can understand it. I think that might be a priority, to be honest. You might be looking purely for raw speed in some cases, and you're not really caring about the mod sets, just making sure you get the speed. And I do get that. I think it makes sense, but I feel like it makes characters less rounded when you do that. It's a little bit difficult to explain it any more simple than that, unfortunately. At least my feelings on it. As far as Malik, I'm seeing 140k protection, so that's good. 141% tenacity, so that's good. Damage is a little low, but you don't necessarily need the damage on Malik. So yeah, I'd say that's good. Could be a little bit faster. I mean, I had a build like that for a very long time. I think I had less protection, but I think I was knocking around 100k protection, but I also wanted potency and damage. So that was kind of my justification at the time for the low speed. So maybe some of them GK mods you could afford to put over here, because yeah, you wouldn't want it there. You know, you got your right mod there with the protection, but maybe just have a look and see if there's a protection mod using around here. I mean, yeah, defense, you don't get me wrong, defense on Malik isn't bad, but I wouldn't say you need it. Potency, unless you're going up against Galactic Legends constantly and you need to apply shock, you don't really need the potency. And speed, that is low anyway. So the armor obviously will help with Malik's mastery, but I'm not seeing an argument here for so much defense. Again, I feel like there are things that maybe you want protection as well as defense. So you've got in this case, yeah, I know I'm contradicting myself here. Like this mod, for instance, okay? If you rolled it to 6E, I would like the tenacity, I would like the protection, defense to a degree, but I wouldn't like the health, because I feel like you either need speed in there or you need offense. It's where you've got a bit of a bummer in that you've got 2 defense. You know, 1 isn't bad in the sense that it's just bumping it up a little, but it's like a focus on defense. And just how I personally have built Malik's over the last couple of years, I have not done it that way. So again, it could be personal preference, but it's like this, you don't really need the crit chance. The offense is good, so again, you got a 3 out of 4 situation there. I mean, offense, speed, tenacity, again, 3 out of 4. 1, 2, well, no, sorry, 1, 2, so that one could be improved. And here I'm thinking 1, 2. You know, defense isn't bad, potency if you're going for the build isn't bad, but yeah, there's a few ways I'd look at that. It all depends how you use your Malik. Again, saying, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, because if you're using him and he's working well for you, then I'm not one to contradict it. I mean, your armor 66.2, that is low considering you've got a lot of defense stats in there as well. So it's weird. I wouldn't say defense is bad. especially after what I've been saying lately. They seem to be focusing on making defense a more important statistic. But I would still just be a little bit wary of including those secondaries and them not really actually affecting Malik. You know, you sort of wasting them to a degree. You know, again, I wouldn't say it's bad, but if you're making use out of it, it isn't bad. But I don't know, my gut is saying this could just be a bit better, even though those two stats look nice. The speed looks just a little slow. I recognise he gets his bonus turns. I know it doesn't affect it too badly. Yeah, and the damage isn't helped either. I feel like those are the 4 stats I look for: protection, speed, tenacity, and damage. And I feel like 2 of them have not hit a good goal. If you get 3 out of 4, you can overlook 1, but I feel like 2 out of 4, my question then becomes, can one of them be bumped up a bit? Because fast Maliks can be really annoying. Not super fast, like 300 plus, but just a nice bit of speed, you know, so they're still taking turns quite regularly. And the other counter I would say is, if you aren't going fast, go hard hitting, so that when he does his drains, when he gets Torture off, he's actually hitting hard. So that would be my justification there. We're going to move on. We've already talked about Grievous, so I'm going to move on from that. Who haven't I had a look at? Let's go to Shaq. 313 speed, very nice, very nice. I'll go and say, I'm going to guess, yeah, you've got full mod sets there. That's the first one I think that I've seen has got a full mod set, so very nice there. 313 speed, yeah, I've got to give you praise for that. Looks very nice, very nice. And to be honest, with Shaq, it's the only thing I look for. I know that you've got all this jazz as well. I'm not saying it's bad, but 313, I think she's going up to, what is it, 348 now? Is it 348? Yeah, so great work there, great work. Okay. Sorry, I've got to do this because I don't want to edit it in a second. Yeah, Clone Trooper allies have plus 35 speed, so she isn't going up to 348. I'll correct myself there, I saved doing it on screen, but yeah, yeah, still good, still good. Let's have a look at your Rex while we're here, because that feels in line. Yeah, you've got Mr. Modset again there. That again, if you're finding it better doing it like that, then fair enough. But personally, it really gets the OCD off in me. All right, let's see, what speed have you got? 293. That's good. That very nice. Again, I don't look too much with Rex other than speed, but you seem to have got a nice bunch of stats. I mean, just to show them off, 19. You're going to have to get lucky to get that 5th roll there. Not impossible, but you're going to have to get lucky. You could definitely get that 1 roll there. That is definitely one to roll. If you could get a crit chance arrow, that'd be worth it though. Yeah, 16 speed. You're probably not going to get that 1 roll there, let's be honest. I mean, I wouldn't touch that. I'd sort of say, yeah, I'll leave it to you. Motion gets 21. It's not worth the gamble for one final roll. Yeah, similarly, I think you did the same thing there. You've got quite a few chances of rolling good there though, so I'd definitely roll that one as well. So you could probably get over 300 if you keep rolling those 2. Okay, let's just move down your list. I didn't look at boss before. I did say to myself I wanted to look at him. So you've got speed and defense. So again, nice full health sets. What you're rocking. 101k protection, very nice. 269 speed, I like that. And tenacity's a little low. Let's have a look at your armor, 64. Okay, I wouldn't say that's bad. The armor I look at as like a backup stat. The ones I tend to focus on, protection, speed, and tenacity. The protection's very nice. If you can keep that, keep it. And the speed, I would say, is good as well, because if you use Django lead, it does mean that you're going to get up to 299 speed. The reason I kind of always look at the protection is I like a raw high protection. That way, if you're using boss lead, you go and get the bonuses from the lead, i.e. the defense buff and, sorry, the protection buff and the tenacity buff, plus you get the 100% defense. So I look at it and I think, okay, you're going to get nice bumps to that anyway. but the tenacity is going to be quite low. So I look at that and think, if you can get a tenacity crossing, that would be good, but you've also got a protection cross there that's doing you some good as well. So it's definitely going to be a balancing act for you. I'm guessing you've got a speed arrow there, yeah. So yeah, with what I would say here, you could do with finding mods that have got good protection secondaries, because if you could find a tenacity mod with protection secondaries and then filter in some protection secondaries into your current mods, because again, you've got defense, but I'd find protection nicer because you're going to get 100% defense. If you can just filter in a bit more protection, like, that's nice. Even though you've not got a lot of speed on that mod, it's still nice for the protection. So if you can just filter in a few of them, it'd be very good. I mean, even here with the speed, I would have said, if that had been protection, I'd have said gamble on rolling it, because you could have got the tenacity, you could have got what would have been protection. The only bad one would have been offense. So arguably, actually, if you could have got protection instead of offense, it'd have been better, because then all four wouldn't have been a bad roll. So a little bit unlucky with Bosk. There's a lot good there, a lot good. When I comment on things like this, it's purely to round out a character, because if I saw 101k protection, 269 speed, and then say 100 plus tenacity, I'd be thinking, okay, this could be a tough boss to beat, especially if it's in the lead. If it was under Django, I might be a little less worried, just because the tenacity, protection, and defense drops, because it is the lead benefit. But I would still be thinking about it, just in the sense of, okay, this guy's thick on his own without actually getting his leadership buffs. So that might be something to just keep in mind, that you're going to be alright with if you're using him as lead, because you're going to get the 50% tenacity. So that'll take him up to about 94% tenacity, I think. But yeah, it's still pretty tenacious, but if you could bump it up a little, then you're going to get much higher tenacity, aren't you? It's going to be harder for enemies to land debuffs, get rid of boss taunt, etc. So just a little thought. Okay, what else can we look at? Daka. So I did say it in the last video, you can mob for tenacity if you want. You've gone for health. I actually prefer health, but I know there's a Night Sister expert in my guild, in the Hermit's family, and he has recommended tenacity to me in the past. That's why I made the on-screen edit last time. But if I had a choice, I would go for health, just to make that health pool nice and big. But yeah, tenacity isn't wrong, so way I see it, I like health. If you'd have gone tenacity, I wouldn't have said wrong either. Let's have a look. So we've got health again, and health again. So I'm curious what your number is. 129k health. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you don't need the speed. Like I say, she gains 50% TM whenever a Night Sister ally dies. If you put Talia in there, you could also negate the tenacity, because she'd be able to cleanse debuffs. So there is that option. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, because people don't tend to... I mean, if you're using Night Sisters on offense, the AI doesn't tend to go for Daka straight away for debuffs. So you could get away with that. But I'm curious how you get on with that. I like the build. Again, I'm sure... I believe it was Senrei in my guild. I believe he might have a different opinion on it. But way I see it, if you get more tenacity via secondaries, it's not bad. But way I see, I like that health pool, so well done. Okay, what else we got? Let's have a look at your BSF. 274, so not the fastest. So you're obviously losing your 2 there, and you could roll that quite a bit, so that is actually a very nice mod. Protection's a bit of a shame on the primary, but you've got speed, crit chance, and 2 types of offense, so whichever way you roll them secondaries, you should get something good. Let's have a look at the rest. I'm seeing 13 there, so you've got potential good rolls when you go from 6E to A. And you've got a good shot of getting that final roll there, so that isn't bad, although the secondaries do suck around it. Yeah, crit chance, protection. You don't really need a protection, but crit chance isn't bad. The speed could roll nice. feel the need to say it, by the way. When I say they suck, I don't actually mean it's a bad mod. It's like the defense health. There are plenty of characters in the game that could benefit from defense, so it's more a case of it sucks on Bastila. You know, it's like, you could probably find a better home for that mod, but if you want the speed, it's good. So yeah, 13 there. Got offense. Okay. Let's have a look at Dukester. 267 speed, very nice. You've got a fair bit of potency for them stuns and shocks. Tenacity, I don't believe you need too much, but it wouldn't hurt just getting a little bump on it. But yeah, I would say that looks nice. I wouldn't always focus on the offense either with Dooku, because the fact is he just keeps taking turns and he's more of a nuisance than a damage dealer, even though he's classed as an attacker. I don't mod for these things. It's like, if he gets them, great, but I don't think, oh, he needs loads of offense. You know, it's like, if you can get offense on him, great, but just try and focus on, like you've done here, his potency and speed. Although, again, that irks me. It's like, speed bod, you're losing speed. But yeah, I'm going to actually leave the roster review here as far as characters, because I think I've looked through the bulk of them. I don't think there's going to be anything down here that's overly important. So Thrawn, if you can get some gear on him, I'd work on him. I mean, all speed mods, so that's a little off again. 251 speed. At gear 12, you can be pushing 270 to 300, so try and get up to that level if you can. But yeah, as far as what you've got, I would say, I would like to know your thoughts on why you do mod sets without full mod sets. I don't know if it is deliberate or if you've just done it that way since you started playing. But I always think to myself, if you're doing, like on that last one, you've got 6 speed mods. And I think, yes, you get the benefit from the 4, but you're then losing something with the other 2. Even if it's health, protection, potency, tenacity, you're going to be losing something. So, from my perspective, even if it's a character who doesn't need any of them, it's better to have something than nothing. But then again, I recognise there are instances like Darth Revan where you've just gone for the best speed you can get. And I respect that, but equally there's a bit of me that goes, can you fix the, in inverted commas here, issue here? Because I'm going to go back to Revan just while he's on screen here. You've got the speed, so you're going to be getting the speed bump by the mod set. But these offenses do nothing. So could you boost his health pool with a health set? Could you boost his protection pool with a protection set? Could you make him more tenacious or potent? It all seems quite moot when I'm describing it. Or his crit chance even. I forgot about crit chance. I mean, crit chance would be ideal in some ways for him. But it's like I say, it's not the most important thing. But I mean, it's why I brought this up. Crit chance and his mastery. Get a crit chance mod set on him, even if you don't want to mod for crit chance. By giving him the crit chance mod set and giving him good stats with those crit chance mods, they're just going to improve the all-roundness of Darth Revan. That's just one example, but that would be the way I'd look at it. You know, I completely understand the idea of going for raw speed in that case, and in other cases, certain mod values. But if you can make the mods better and just improve your actual mod variety, if you like, I think you're going to have a much better experience, if you like. It's very hard to pin down any other way than a 4 and a 2 is better than a 4 and nothing. Yeah, I can't really add much more there just with my own words. Maybe I can write it better in a comment too if you reply to this. But yeah, let me know, because I am very curious on this. I'm also wary I'm saying things are wrong and bad, but like I say with Revan, I completely get it. But it's just I can't help but look and think it can be better. I'm going to leave it there because I've waffled a lot on that. Okay, just before we go, we're going to have a quick look at ships, so let's just go for power. I know you've got a Negotiator fleet, so let's just see what you're rocking with. You've got Negotiator, obviously, it's 7-star, Umbaran, JKA. You've got Relic 6 Boba, Relic 7 Crew, Relic 5 Bosk, Relic 7 Vader, Relic 7's on Han and Chewie. What was your Ahsoka? I never took note of that. Relic 5, very nice. Got your Ebonulk, that's very good. I really wish I got an Ebonulk myself. Rex could do getting them ship shards. He's a very nice pilot. Biston, yeah, I would say you could afford, if you can afford to give SLP some more gear. Well, that ship is just wonderful. It turns the Rebel fleet from an okay fleet to meta-defining, or counter-meta-defining anyway. So yeah, definitely worth building it up. Even if the Executor comes out and it turns the Rebel fleet into absolute garbage, it'll still do some wonders for you. So don't neglect SRP, even if you just take him to Gear 12. Or Gear 11, because Gear 11's the limit for his crew ability. Yeah, you got your Rebel Y-Wing up to 7 and your TIE Bomber. Very well done on both of those. Command Shuttle, I guess, is holding you back a bit on Finalizer, so just keep ploughing away on that. BTL Y-Wing at 6. I know the feeling on that. Just keep plugging away on that one as well. I know it must be demoralising going for so many ship farms, but just keep going at it. I say it because I'm doing a couple myself, and it really does get you each day. But yeah, Hyena could do with some love. Have you got your Vulture somewhere? Yeah, if you can get around to them at some point, obviously, if you've got the other farms going on, it's hard to say Hyena and Vulture are priorities, but if one day you get around to them, they're great, so don't neglect them too long. But besides, you've got a load of good stuff here. I mean, I'm assuming if you've got your Negotiator, you're working on your Malevolence as well, so yeah, all I can say is just try and get your Separatist ships up just so that when you do get your Malevolence, they're able to compete a little bit. But yeah, I've had quite a bit of fun looking through this because, again, I worry I'm too negative when it comes to stuff like the characters and the mods and that kind of stuff, but I do try and say what I see. You know, and it's not with malice. I don't try and say something and say, this is wrong. You know, I will point out if I think something's wrong, but I don't mean it nastily as if to say, you know, like I'm calling someone an idiot. You know, it's more just a case of, this is what I'd do, this is what I think could improve what I'm seeing here. So, yeah, hopefully no one ever takes it the wrong way. But, yeah, I have enjoyed it. Thank you for submitting your ally code, Wolfie. If you are interested in a roster review, leave a comment down below. I'm adding them to a list that I've got about 10 or so names to so far, so if I do take a while to get around to you, it is because of that. I'm aiming to do one roster review a week, so next week, I don't know exactly who I'm going to be on, but we're going to have at least one next week as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.